Well, hello there, guys. I got a tough one for you today. We are playing white. We're down a lot in material, but we have this c6 pawn that is two steps away from promoting, and we can actually do it. But it's not easy to find the full variation on how white wins this. So, well, you can do what you do. Pause the video, take all the time you need, and really analyze this and see if you can find the winning variation for white. Go ahead. All right, welcome back. So, of course, just pushing the pawn right away is not winning at all. Black will simply play rook f8 and he will stop this. We cannot do anything about it, and we will lose this fairly quick. We can try some check here. The king comes down to g8, stop any more checks. And if we try something like this, Black will simply play rook c8, followed by king f7, and everything will fall apart. Okay, so if we cannot move this pawn, there's no point in moving our king here. It's pretty obvious we start with a check here on g5. Now black has four different options. One is a good defense, the other one loses pretty quick. So let's go over the ones that lose. This is not good because it allows another check here, but we will not start with that. It's better to start with c7 right away. Both are winning. See, now black cannot take his rook down because of the check here with the fork. And if he tries something else like checking here with the intention of going to h8, we have several options. We can just block here with the knight, and we can also just move our king, allowing him here, followed by a check. And we will put the knight on d8. So after the check here, he's not going to g7. What about king h8? Well, problem here still that is allowing a check. So we will just play c7. Let him play rook f8. And then we have this beautiful check here with the knight. Cannot take it. He will lose control over the c8 square. And if he moves the king to attack, well, we will play again knight d8 and blocking the rook out. So that will lead us to a victory. And, well, after the check, if it goes here, it's exact same variation. We go here, rook f8 followed by a check. He can try some other things here, allowing us to get a queen, but it will win in the end for white. I'm not going through all those variations. It's too far, too deep to look at. Okay, so the good defense here for black is king g8. So now from here, we're getting a little bit closer to the solution, but how do we continue from here? Well, we cannot play c7. It will be the same as we looked at before, only different draw orders. So no, we have to start with knight e6. This controls the f8 square, and it's not easy for black to stop this. He can try something like this, but then actually we allow him to sacrifice the rook. This is winning for us because this pawn will be winning. He can try to move his pawn, allow him to go one step, and then it keeps on, and then we just stop everything with knight d5. It will come here and stop both pawns. This will promote, and white will win. Okay, so is it over after we play knight e6? Not by any chance. There's a lot more to look at, because black has a very, very smart defense here. He will play rook to a1. He's threatening to take this with a check. So get another tempo, And after it takes that, well, then he can continue to a8 and stop everything, or try to stop everything. So the question is, with that threat in mind, how do we win this as white? Well, that was a trick question because we will not stop him. We cannot stop him. There's no point in moving the king. He will take this anyway, and we just lost the tempo. So we will just continue with c7, allowing him to take on a4 with a check. And the question is now, how on earth are we going to be able to promote this pawn? We are in check now. He will play rook a8 next move, and really, it's really hard to find. But there is a way. Pause the video again if you need. Okay, here it comes. The most beautiful move of this study. We play knight d4. We're blocking the check with a knight sacrifice, leaving us with only one pawn left. And this is an amazing move. Okay, let's first see what happens if he takes this knight. Okay, this is of course stupid. We promote to a queen. We will follow up with a check here and grab the rook. Not good. And if he takes with the rook with a check, well, the point is of course that his own pawns are blocking his way to stop our pawn. We'll play king g5, and now he can try this, just playing on with a rook and three pawns. But this is actually not so easy for black. It's losing pretty quick anyway, because we are threatening to take here, but we will focus on this pawn first. So if the best move for black is rook e4, to protect his own rook and trying to defend, we will simply play queen d7 check. If he goes here, well, then we will start taking everything. If he moves the king, then we simply take here on g6, threatening checkmate. We're stopping both checks for black, and this is a mate in 10-15 moves or so. We will start just wearing him down. He has to sacrifice his rook in order to stay alive for a while. Okay, so obviously he cannot then take our knight. It's standing there. Instead he goes on with his original plan to play rook a8 and stop the pawn. And now white wins in a couple of moves. How? We play knight c6. With the same threat as before, we want to put it on b8 to block the rook out and then promote our pawn. And of course, if he plays rook c8, well, we have this beautiful fork, and the king is too far away. He cannot stop it. We can play any way you like with the knight, and then we will promote and win. And really, trying to move away the rook to the other side, stop knight b8, well, it only gives us the chance to play knight d8 instead, as we looked at before, and this will promote, and we will win in the end. Fantastic study, I think, especially the brilliant knight sacrifice on d4 later on. And if you manage to see all of this from the start, you are a very good chess player. Thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Bye bye.